morning. Welcome back, everybody, on this beautiful Thursday, as usual. Good to see you. Feels like Groundhog's Day. Every day is a good trading day. A lot of things going on. The market is down about 150 points. Yeah, looks like Powell kind of screwed things up yesterday and kind of put a big wrench into certain things. So we're going to check out some of these stocks, see how they go. Good to see you, Brad. Good to see you, Grant. Good to see everyone. Everybody on YouTube, Facebook Live, good to see you all. So anyway, we've got a couple of stocks that have really taken some dives. We're going to see some of the things that are making some comebacks. We'll see how things are happening, but looks like we're having the 9 o'clock move right now. So getting some program trading kicking in. But anyway, let's talk about what happened yesterday. So anyway, Powell came on, and then we had a couple of stocks like EVGR and PINS and BJDX that were moving. And there's some of them moved pretty well, and some took big hits. We're looking at NVIDIA right now, taking a very, very big hit. Now, NVIDIA, listen, it's been on a really, really big uptrend. I mean, listen, if you had it for the beginning of the year at 100, you're at 500. Even if it goes to 300, you're still doing well. But we know why NVIDIA is doing great. It's all about the AI, all that AI, their super chip and stuff like that. I was talking to somebody that was doing quite well on NVIDIA. And, they said they'd keep buying it and buying it and buying and buying it. And all I kept on saying is, when are you going to stop buying? Okay. Just because you keep buying doesn't mean it's going to keep going up. I mean, yeah, you're doing well and whatever it is. But if you keep averaging up and averaging up and averaging up, what's your average cost? Because now you have an X amount of shares, it goes down. Well, long story short, he's still making money, but he was making so much. But by keep averaging up, now all of a sudden he's almost at the break-even point. It's the same thing about averaging down. And by the way, for everyone here, Josh is doing phase 2 that's starting today. He's going to talk about discipline. He's going to talk about psychology, and exactly what you learn in class is what I'm talking about right now. This is what happens when you get cocky. This is what happens when you get greedy. Okay. And this is how, you get yourself in trouble. And this is how people end up coming to CyberTrade University for this one reason. It's not about the winners. It's about the losers. It's about controlling those losses. So let's talk about some of the stocks that we traded yesterday and see what's happening over there. There were a couple of nice little inexpensive stocks that did make some moves. And then we had some more expensive ones. GNS was a really nice little easy mover yesterday. It was under $1, did pretty well, went to about $1.15. That was okay. The best one I thought was probably Steelcase. And let me bring this up. Steelcase was just, right out of the gate at 9:30. What a great runner. From 9:40, the thing ran all the way to 11:30, all the way to 10:30. Once again, got to keep showing you this. Check out the mouse pad. If you were in Toronto and you signed up for the trial, you got one. If you're a student, you got one. And if you want one, just go visit our website and you'll get one. But saved you thousands, or it could have made you thousands on this one trade right here. It's all about following the time and the money. But that was probably, I thought, was probably the better of them all. Kind of trade pretty nicely. Great short yesterday in IONQ. This stock has been, a fun stock since May. It was about $4, ran to about 20. You could see it literally almost for 5 times the money. You thought that NVIDIA went up 5 times. You had to trade that stock. Listen, you could have done this too. And it's funny. It's kind of trading side by side with each other when you really think about it. But you know what? Whatever comes up also comes twice as fast down. It was a really nice short yesterday. It's going back on the watch list again on the short. Just be careful because some of the stocks are not on the short list. So you always want to make sure that you check your short list before you go out there and trade it. So IONQ, what happened yesterday is spilling into today. You can see it's down about 4%. ATRA was also another very inexpensive stock. It started pretty early this morning and kind of stopped right around 30 minutes into it. Ran for about $1.65. And then CART, listen, we all saw this company go public and it was crashing down from yesterday. It is really at a breaking point. The IPO price is $30, okay? It needs to hover here for a while. If it breaks it, not going to be a very good sign, okay? So unfortunately, being an IPO, it can't be on your short list. Usually it takes about, I think, 30 or 90 days when it comes legal that you can. But there are companies out there that do have access to it. So, but that's not going to be a good sign for that to happen. We'll see how that works out. that one's going on the watch list. So these are a lot of things that from yesterday trickle into today. Remember, when you swing trade, you know, it all starts from day trading. Okay. And by the way, if you're watching on social media, if you're watching on YouTube, we're going to stay live going all the way to 10:30. So please be, you're going to enjoy what's going to go on. And by the way, if you want to join our workshop, we got that little QR code on the top left-hand corner. Make sure you click on it. And we're going to be teaching you a lot of this stuff at 12 o'clock. Now, regarding about what also is moving in the market, listen, I honestly didn't like a lot going on. And you know what? Every time I say that, it feels funny, but when the market opens up, it always tends to be that way, that it turns out to be more of a nickels and dimes day. But we watched stocks like Mara. Mara, we were trading yesterday. I know Josh is a big fan of the crypto. He's the crypto guy here, instructor at Cybertrade University. Mara's not looking good. All I keep on saying is like, thank God I got out of Mara. Okay. And how did I get out of Mara? Because once it broke through that major support level, that's where it's at. Now it's at a big support level right here. It's hovering right here. If it breaks these highs back in January and these lows going into April into June, this could be a big problem. It could drop a hell of a lot lower. So Mara, Riot, Coin, they're all looking like shorts right now. All looking like shorts. All right. So news came out yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw the news came out. Something that they stopped the news on the global crypto currency or something like that. I'll get the news. Do I have it here? I saw it yet. I saw it yesterday. Hold on. Let me find the news. I had it here. Let me see if I have it still. From yesterday. Where is it? I saw the news that came out. I don't know if anyone else knows the news. You could probably go out there and just spit it out there. Let me see if I can find it. Where are you? I had an alert that came in the middle of the day. I think I'll find it. I'll find it. But anyway, it didn't sound too good regarding what it is. I'll find the news that came out it. But it came out right around 2 o'clock, and sure enough, boom, you can see how the thing came back down. And listen, once again, we make money on policy. We don't make money on politics. Okay. So if you're a person that, felt personal about the stock and you thought it was politically motivated, whatever it is, that's how you lose money in trading. You know how you make money in trading? When news like that comes out, and that's how you make it. So anyway, those stocks are moving up pretty well. A couple of the stocks out there. Listen, we're looking right now at, a stock right here up 24%. But look at the spread. Look, it's not really tradable. I didn't like it. There was this NEPT. This one moved up pretty big and then started rocketing down. I was looking at level 4. I mean, I wasn't really sold on it. There was this big order that showed up right around here. I mean, this is something that we're not going to trade. 2 million shares. I'll put it on the list because it's got great volume. It's got a good price, but I'm not super sold on it. This stock is a buyout being up that high. So we're going to scratch that out. CALT, 28,000 shares. Now we're down to 9%. I'm not interested in any of these stocks. AVGR doing absolutely crap. Biggest losers. There's nothing there. But then you got the ETFs that are moving. You have UVIX. You got UVXI. All these stocks are moving pretty well. Was it BAC? Yeah, the bank stocks are really getting hammered from yesterday. So a lot of it due to the news, what happened with Powell came up and saying. So I'm just checking out some of the big brand names, ones that are out there. So you can see a lot of them are really taking hits. So what's happening? The triple shorts are doing pretty well. Listen, the only problem with ETFs for everyone here, you guys know this. It's very difficult to see level 4. A lot of algorithms, a lot of high frequency trades going on. So it's a lot of like, bing, 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 going back and forth. And we'll show that when we get into the trading room. And you know what? At 12 o'clock, for some of you that are going to be here and going to watch the little training class I'm going to do on day trading, we'll cover it. We'll talk a little bit about it too on the outcome of what happened. So we're going to be doing a 2-part what's happening. Listen, it's not a good morning. Market's down. We heard what happened with Powell, what he said yesterday, and you know, other than those, looks like we probably have a pretty decent short. Now, remember what I said yesterday regarding, yeah. Well, Sam, but should gold go up? You know what? I keep hearing, analysts on TV, and I don't know who to trust or not, but they keep saying, gold, you should buy, you should consider looking at that. I don't know, where's gold trading at today? I didn't even look. Bitcoin is down to 26,000, down 4. It's not down terribly. I don't know where gold's trading right now. I'm trying to look on my TV, see if I see it coming up on my on the ticker. I don't know if everyone here knows it. Nasdaq futures should be coming up next. Nope, not there. Come on, come on, come on, come on. The DAX, the index, it's at 13,000. Yeah, it didn't break 2,000 yet. Yeah, okay. Oil's going up. Anyway, let's get ready for the market. Opened up. We got about 15 minutes. All right. Now, if you're watching on social media, if you're watching on YouTube, Instagram, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a 15-minute break. We'll come back live again. Just stay logged in. And, in the meantime, you can register for the workshop. Cyber traders, you know the deal. You see something, you say something. And if you're a trial member here, everybody, just remember, you're supposed to watch, listen to the traders, see how the traders are doing in the room. Because remember, we don't teach you what to buy and sell. We show you what to buy and sell. It's all you guys working together like a team. So good luck, everyone. Happy trading. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 15 minutes when the market opens up. I'll put these stocks on our watch list. And if there's anything else out there, we'll spit it out there. Happy trading, everyone. Now, once again, if you're watching on social media right now, just to let you guys know, don't go anywhere. We are live for the next hour and a half. We're going to go up to 10:30, and then we're going to pick up at 12 o'clock. We're going to do a live training class for all of you how to day trade and swing trade. So if you have your phone, just take your phone, turn the camera on, scan that QR code. Please go out there, share it, like us, friend. And, like I said, and we're going to take everything we talked about and we'll cover it. What's going to go on the afternoon. Listen, you want to learn, you want to earn, you got to learn first. All right. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Yep, we are off. Hold on one second.
There we go. Should be good to go, Fausto, right?
Yep, I'm good. You good? All right, so we got a bunch of stuff a little moving around. I think we'll take a little break. Let the smoke clear.
Yeah, the first 3 to 5 minutes just want to hold off on. Might get a couple pops here. It seems like on Mara, I see like making a small little move up at first. The IO and Q. Yeah, Jit, they're on our list, man. So just focus on the watch list, I would say, at first for all of our students here alike. Just focus what Fausto just scanned for, IO and Q's on the screen, and Mara. But give it about a few minutes, like we always go through each and every morning.
Yeah, let these people kill themselves.
Exactly. And hey, you know what? We gotta sound blunt at times. Just what goes up comes back down. We do the same song and dance every day.
And, NVDA made a little bit of a pop. That's a hell of a pop, though. Jeez, that's like $6.
On the Mara, it has that iceberg once again this morning at 870. It's been out there the last 2 days in a row. No, last 3 days in a row. I'm looking at my book map.
Damn, that was a hell of a bounce on NVIDIA. It's almost like $7.
For the IO and Q trade, it has a couple of orders around 1465, 1470-ish as resistance right now.
AMD didn't make the biggest much of a pop, Josh.
I know. That's what I was kind of gauging it off of when you were talking about NVIDIA. I was like, oh, AMD didn't really go up a whole lot there. So I held back a bit, but yeah, there you go. IO and Q just shaking down pretty fast now.
We're only 2 minutes in.
Only 2 minutes in.
Yeah, AI had a huge bounce.
Instacart's trying to go up a little bit, but even off its IPO is like a $30 stock. You'd probably want to see a faster move than that.
That's a very key number. People don't realize that they have to support it. When a company goes public, people don't realize that that number is, they have to try to keep it above that number. So it's a really, really good buy right around that 30. I was really stressing that early when I was talking to everyone in the morning that, because I used to, when I was a broker, back 30 years ago, I brought a lot of companies public. That was back during the .com. Everybody was coming out with, come public. And, it was very, very crucial that brokerage firm held that stock, and supported it.
At this point for me, if Mara could break over those highs it just built, then I'll look at it. But otherwise, I think it might just dump back down.
But it's something funny, Josh. Somebody told me something. A student emailed me, and I wanted to share it. I wanted to wait to bring it up. Someone brought a very interesting question. Do you think TikTok will go public?
It's a good question. I don't know much about the situation. Aren't they? So I think they're a Chinese-owned company, right?
Yep, they sure are.
I know they have a U.S. division.
Yep, they sure do. They have an office actually in Manhattan, and it's undisclosed. Nobody really knows about it. It's right in Times Square, and they have like 3, 4 floors. You can't even get the address. If you even walk there, there's not even any information on it that they're there. Believe it or not, which is pretty crazy. I don't even know you're allowed to do that.
All right, so we're about four minutes in right now. It seems like the Mara trade's trying to get back up towards those highs it built off of 903 or so.
We got a lot of dumb holds right now.
Yeah, Rich just mentioned one of them there.
Yeah, MUFRF, ABAT. I don't know what the hell that is. It was an IPO. UPTD.
All right, let's see what Mara could do here. Would love to have a nice little run up right now towards that iceberg at 920-ish, 925.
We have was it Tech 2021 on YouTube is saying, what do you think of that MULN? That's not, it's a nice push. I like that stock. I mean, geez, a 50-cent stock. It was $100 in February. You might be onto something right there. That's a good day trading call. I like that. Nvidia's holding right around this 420. I got to bring up level 4 and see what it looks like. I like that call. Like I said, I love the extended live days. We all do. You got a couple of barriers to break on this MULN.
The Mara trade's pulling back there, so if it's not even going to hold over 9 here, then I'm going to ditch it. Up, as I say that, nice little pop back up. There we go, right on cue, Mara. There we go. It's just about to say, if it wasn't going to hold over 9 even, scrap it. Nope. Nice little break. Beautiful. All right, so
we're up and running. What's it look like?
You got an iceberg at 926 or so for about 40,000. Still not out of the doghouse. You still got to build the higher low still and get up higher towards that level at least.
Oh, you got a lot of orders right around that 820.
The IONQ trade made a small little move up right now, trying to break higher.
Buyers right there.
Yeah, Mara trade came back down there now. It's it could have been a scam pop. Yep. Not good. Looks like I'm gonna have to ditch that trade there. I thought there was a good chance to see that run. The IONQ is still holding though for right now, right around that 1455, 1460-ish.
I kind of like that MULN trade. If it holds here, could see a breakout. I'll buy a small lot.
Yeah, Mara trade's going to dump it, looks like it. All but looks like it. If it continues to hold here, then I don't know. That's just a weird move, but it's 937 now, so we should be getting some good trends building, right?
Yeah, and MULN looks like it's trying to go.
Oh, man.
Is there news on that stock? First, it says news on it.
I'll tell you what, the IONQ, it's not even that expensive anyway, but just it's better to trade the stock than the option. The option book is the spread is so bad. Just there's better trades out there for options.
I just love $100 stocks are at like 50 cents, and you start see them come back a little bit, because it just takes a bunch of more people out there to know about it. And everybody's like, it just causes a big supply and demand push into it. Up TD. Wow. Yeah, that's moving up. That's the one that just got halted, isn't it?
Yeah, it was just off a light volume just before.
Yeah, 600,000.
We also knew today would be like kind of one of those days where unless if the markets fill the gap, then it's just you're not going to have as many great bounces across the big stocks. Like MULN's a nice trade. The up TD, I mean, it's on paper thin volume. I would be.
It's terrible.
Right.
It looks like it's going to test this 20. There's like a 4,400 shares out there. Woo! Big spender.
Let me just jump on Benzinga here, see what I got.
Oh, look what I haven't seen this stock. This one made a little bit is up. FedEx. What's going on, FedEx?
They may have had earnings this week or yesterday. Could have.
$267 stock.
That Mara trade's gone nowhere. Hasn't tanked since, but not bouncing just yet. It's one of those mornings, it seems like.
It's just weird. I never seen FedEx as the number 3 biggest percentage gainer.
You got AMC making a small climb back up, but I'm not a full believer in that, not just because of like the given day today, but AMC ended up dumping off big yesterday.
Excuse me, but Nvidia is going back down. That's why they had that big iceberg order at that 420 and starting to test on the way down.
Yeah, I see AMD slipping right now too. Maybe
I
a
would keep an eye on
slingshot.
the MULN. It's looked like it's building a Fausto flag. Be down 250. All these brand name stocks are on the way down.
Yeah, IONQ just got hit. Ended up failing to break the highs again. Happy I stayed away from the option trade there. See, actually, let me check the option trade there. That probably got destroyed. It's like on a 15-cent, 20-cent spread, some of them.
Man, this UPTD is so ugly. It's one of the big things you got to understand. Like when you trade a stock, the most expensive part of a trade is the spread. People don't realize this. That first T that we talk about in class. I mean, I know you
Yep.
did class phase 1 before, this week, and I know you're doing phase 2 today, but you gotta be careful of that. That's like,
Yeah, just that alone, because it's not often nowadays, but I still have a couple traders that I'll jump on a call with. If you're a new student, then of course we have plenty of time, you and I together, to work on it. But if you've been with us for a number of months and you're using a market order, we got to change that. We got to start using limits.
and when I do phase 3, I always tell everybody because I do my class, and we're gonna do this next week. I know a lot of you guys signed up to do the webcast because the last minute not getting there, but like one of the big things we really stress in phase in that on-site and in my phase 3, you got to at least get one limit order. If it's on the buy side or your sell order, because you beat the spread, and that's expensive. I'm not seeing too many stocks breaking all-time highs, but this is a stock that we haven't looked at. It's like more of a swing trade, but CRWD, CrowdStrike, isn't that like a mutual fund or something like that? I see them advertised on TV.
We haven't traded them honestly in a little while, I feel, but we've done it in the past. I remember once or twice we've had them before.
Yeah, I guess it just got very expensive. Got another Holt. I don't know what the hell stock this is all about. This RDZN.
Oh no. I was thinking Redfin, RDFN.
Yeah, it's like weird stocks are like showing up out of nowhere. Like,
Is that NFL Red Zone?
yeah, right. Why not? Go public. Why not? What do they got to lose?
And that AMC trade I was reluctant of. It's like a good looking chart, but it just stalled out afterwards like I thought it would have. But
You bring up Red Zone and says, you know what? Let me, now you kind of bring something up that actually is public. I went to go check DraftKings and want to see how that's doing, but it's been on a downtrend.
you have that new ticker. Not that like we're gonna really trade it that often, but the WWE ended up merging with the UFC. Believe it or not, like they have their own like major parent company
They
now.
go public, aren't they?
Yeah, well, yeah. So WWE was always public forever. So it's like basically their ticker, but they switched it to it's called TKO, as in like like knockout TKO. So that could be a good swing trade over time. They're like a major media company now. It's like,
Took a big hit though.
yeah, they're actually down 10% today. So I don't even know if news came out. That could have been coincidental that I mentioned them. I honestly had no idea if news came out. I didn't realize they were down freaking 10%.
Yeah.
Holy crap, what happened here?
I didn't see it on my losers list. Oh, it is actually my losers list. It's the second biggest loser on the New York.
One of the WWE shows, something with news with them, with like the USA Network. But that's it, though. I mean, that's all I got.
It's funny because being associated with a lot of the exchanges, they've been getting really ticked off, like New York and Nasdaq, like who can bring what company public and who can't, and because they always fight because they want the stock trading on their exchange. And I think Nasdaq's pretty happy because after seeing what happened with Instacart and now happening with TKO, Well, not doing too well. You know what I mean? So they always fight it. They always want that stock to trade on their exchange.
Oh, you know what though? Wow, that's a really good bounce. So we'll see what happens. But if you look at the TKO long-term chart from like the beginning of this year into March, have a nice historical level right around $88. And I just realized it now. It bounced off of there this morning. That could be a nice swing over time if that holds, and see what the markets bring us for the end of this month. We got a new iceberg on Mara. It hasn't really done much of anything since, but it's about 105,000 on the bid right now for Mara. So Fausto, I got all these energy drinks, right, from 7-Eleven every morning. I get like Celsius energy drink. I didn't realize I was accruing all these points on the 7-Eleven app, and I get all these now
Why
cold
don't you go to
press.
Costco and just buy like a whole case and just call it a day?
I probably should, but they don't have the flavor that I want. So,
Oh.
and
BJ's has every flavor, probably.
and plus 7-Eleven is just like right nearby. They get you with convenience, right?
Yeah. Get out
So,
of
so,
here.
so dude, this though here I got like kale, cucumber, apple, spinach, mint, parsley, lemon, all the good stuff this morning. Feeling good.
Let me see. I can't see him. Do it again. Let me see.
It's like, so I got this for free. It's like you get as much points on the 7-Eleven app, and it's like you get the rewards. Most of it's like honestly BS, like pizza and honestly more energy drinks, just not the ones I do. But this is like organic pressed juice. Ooh, it's nice.
Wow, that looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, nice
Are
little
they
drink.
public? Because maybe you should invest in them.
Yeah.
What?
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what we should.
Oh, by the way, keep an eye on card.
I'll tell you what we should. I'll tell you what we shouldn't be investing in right now. That's AMD. AMD is getting smacked right now hard. Big drop right now, down like nearly 3%.
Yeah, somebody on YouTube's telling about the UVIX. I was looking at that one and the UVXY. It's just very difficult to see level 4 right now. The market's not really going anywhere. That's your problem with those stocks right there.
Man, AMD, my lovely AMD, dropping down to 97 here coming up. I'm gonna look for a swing on it over time. But looking at the long-term chart, really from July into now, it's just been on a smooth downtrend line. Oh, there we go.
Look at the name of this stock. PBF.
PBF? Is that an energy company?
I don't know, but it's just breaking highs of the day. 52-week highs, something with energy. Kind of just looked it up for you.
The NEPT, I think, is making a nice little move up, or at least it was trying to just before. It's having a tough time breaking higher. Mara making a move back up to 9 now, retesting 9. What's going on here with Bitcoin?
A lot of stocks, but just the volume's just way too low. That means that you're not going to see any good iceberg orders on it. Like I see a stock SWIN, but only trade like 500,000 shares. CART is like the only one that really had a kind of good trend, really good buy at that 30. Got somebody just added to that order right around $32, 20,000 from like 10,000.
Man, that AMD trade is just a sinking ship right now, down to 97. After that, your next major one's at 95 for about 101,000 on the bid.
Someone just private messaged to me in the room. One of the trial members kind of lets you know, like he goes, how do you guys know what's out there on the floor as these orders? And that's something that why you're here. I mean, I was a market maker. This is how we used to trade. We have the right tools to go out there and see where level 3, level 4 is. And this is what we teach you here. So this is why, we're not a squat box. We're not here to kind of, I have something that's going, someone calling me down on the floor of the exchange. These tools are available to you. This is how you're supposed to trade. You know what I mean? Like, get rid of those dumb indicators. Okay. Stop worrying about the past. Let's worry about the future. And I'm going to talk about that, at 12 o'clock for some of you here that are watching on YouTube. So, definitely make sure you click on that little QR code on the top left-hand corner if you want to join us. But cyber, and anyone here in the Saber room, you're more than welcome to come back again. Sometimes you got to hear it over and over again until you figure it out. But it's kind of amazing when you think about it, like, wow, how do you 20,000? How do you see that 200,000? Got to follow the money. You want to be against those. You want to be with those. And that's actually the easy part of trading. Hard part is what Josh is talking about today in class: discipline, psychology.
Definitely. And honestly, it's a class where, yeah, like I am going to be teaching and instructing and giving you pointers on what to do and what to think of. But it is like a group discussion as well. I'm going to have some level 3 traders and above in this class with me, I know. So, we're going to be able to kind of go over experiences together. Just what happens when you're, at your day's pay and you're feeling great. What happens when you have your back against the wall on a given morning? It's taken like death by 1,000 paper cuts. There are ways to go about it. One of the ways is to just stop altogether and finish up and just say, you know what, it ain't for me this morning. That's it. But we'll show you at least what to think of this morning in class.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking about like bounces, but I'm looking at the cyber clock and thinking about, just this is how we kind of add one and one together here. It's only 9:51 in the morning, so we got a little bit longer until reversal time, so to say. For AMD, I want to get a bounce, but I'm not going to jump in just yet.
I mean, the volume is so slow in the stock, but it's making new highs. It's an IPO.
Swin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be. Is it like one of those acquisition companies, special purpose acquisition companies, or is it just an IPO?
Swin.
That IONQ's tanking on the way down to 14 again.
Nice looking level 4, to be honest with you.
Anything coming out at 10 o'clock in the morning? Do we know? Like any tiny report that might shock the market? All the good stuff came out already with the Fed and CPI from the last week.
Yeah, there's nothing I heard that's going to jump out. I mean, you had the Attorney General being grilled yesterday. I don't know if that had anything to do with anything to make the market move. Sometimes, when you hear some of these people that come up to Congress and they talk, sometimes that kind of affects certain stocks too.
Oh, there's the pop on UVXY. There we go. Finally.
It's got that big resistance from like 8:30 this morning right here at that 1540. AMC tanked. Been on a little bit of a good trend. Daniel's question is, how do certain lawsuits against governmental entitles affect stocks? Depends on the stocks. Like let me tell you something that's also going on right now, Daniel, that you brought up. That brings a very good question. Everybody heard about what's going on with government shutdown? Trying to kind of a budget that's going on. I don't know if you guys know this, but as a trader, most people, actually some of the people on the street would think like that's bad for the market. Last time we had a government shutdown, we had a rally in the stock market. Ask me why that happened. I have no idea. But so when you see stuff like that, that's when you're like, I really don't know what I'm talking about. Like I just follow the street, what they're doing. Totally opposite what everyone ever thought.
Yeah, AMD trades breaking lower right now. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Just we were too early.
Mark's posting up what he sees out there on his report.
For For the UVXY trade, there's a couple of orders out there in the ask at 1550, 1555. So a couple prices to keep an eye on there for resistance.
Yeah, that UVXY, they made that nice little pop right there. A lot of weird stocks about TTT. I mean, so many ETFs that are moving up out of nowhere. TMV. Every stock in the big, every stock, even the gold sector, GDXD, a lot of ETFs are in the big percentage gainers.
Yeah.
Had a long time. Like ETFs are moving today. I haven't seen that many ETFs move in one day in a long time. They're all the biggest, most active, everything. Swim trying to go up, make a new high.
Chuck saying the AVGR, which I just noticed right now. Yeah, it's pushing back up again, it looks like.
Listen, if you haven't learned your lesson with AVGR, that thing has a very big spread. You got to be really careful of that stock. So the wick is very, very wide on that.
That Mara trade, I think, is going to make it drop down to 870 over time. That iceberg order was out there for the last 3 days straight.
Not that we haven't seen you.
Yeah, really. We haven't been counting, but
Warren says it's exiting home sales at 10 a.m. Big iceberg order showed up on Swin, not Swim. WSWIN just popped up there at 360 for about 29,000 shares. And he's not the same guy that was out there at $3. He's still out there, that iceberg, but this one's bigger. And it's funny, if you look at the intraday chart, he showed up about 2 minutes later.
So the AMD trade's starting to make a small bounce, but I'm not a full believer just yet. If it starts to go without me, there's other trades we'll take. And that AVGR stalled out, so that's not a good sign there. And just like Fausto was saying, like, hey, if it's not going to continue, if it's not going to keep pushing, then you got to be really careful there. I hear some gardeners, Fausto. They're in abundance this morning. That means that my guys are coming around the corner soon enough for me. Yeah, let's see what happens at 10 o'clock with the existing home sales, like Warren had said. Yep, there goes AMD dropping back down there. I wasn't a believer there just right away. I'll take some time. Riot's breaking a new low of the day right now as we're talking. That means that Mara's on its way.
Sold. I'm so ticked off. I sold a lot of my NVL. That really sucks. I'm going to sell more right now.
On the UVXY trade, one of the iceberg orders on the ask got pulled at 1555.
All ETFs are moving. SQQQ. Well, I never seen these stocks in a big percentage gainers on even on the Nasdaq.
Okay, here we go. UVXY is trying to push. Right after that iceberg got pulled, I was saying at 1555. Let's see if it's going to continue.
Daniel on Facebook just sent us like a really, really long email regarding about explaining something, some lawsuit.
We will read it once the market slows down.
Yeah. Too focused on what's happening on the orders that are out there.
Exactly. Let's get a push here on this UVXY. You know, if the markets are going to fall off, we can make some money on the way up with this UVXY and, you know, the other ETFs like you were saying, Fausto.
You know what's really cool about when a stock does a stock split, when it goes up?
Comes crashing back down after?
No, you make twice, twice as much. You know what happens when it goes down? You lose twice as much.
Well, you're saying in terms of the price of the stock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think you have all these extra shares, you're doing pretty well, but meanwhile.
Oh, yeah, well, hey, even that's different psychology, trading like 100 times the amount of shares compared to before, whatever the case is, you know, if it's 1 for 100 or 1 for 10. Yeah, that's actually something I could slip in there for this morning's class. AMD with that scam pop from 97. I had a feeling that wasn't ready for the move up just yet. It's only just after 10 o'clock.
I'll tell you the truth, Josh. I mean, like, swing trading's been tough. I mean, like, I've done a couple of swing trades. I broke even. I'm actually down on my swing trades. My day trades have helped me out on certain stocks, but like trying to catch some of these stocks, and it's like they're not really. I don't know. I mean, anything you look out there, like even if you look at even brand name stocks, look at Tesla, look at Apple, look at Amazon. I mean, like Amazon just took a huge hit. I mean, if you're doing more of a short-term swing, if you're talking about something you had from the beginning of last year, the year is one thing, but it's been this past month, end of August and late July till now, it's been tough on swing trades.
Yeah, it's been a chippy market. You know, a couple good opportunities that we both had over the last, like, you know, week or two. Like, you know, I got out on AI last week it was, or even the week before, just throughout that same week I got in. Look at where it's at now.
Yeah, it's
So,
at 25.
yeah, you know, so just there could be good opportunity out there, but if it ain't going to work out the way that you anticipate it to.
Mara did it. Look at NVIDIA. I mean, NVIDIA is right back where it started back in June. I mean, we had that big run up in May, beginning of the summer. Well, almost beginning of summer. No, it's summer. But they're really taking some big hits right now. NEO took a huge hit. I mean, like PLTR. These are in a big percentage active gainers too.
AMD is starting to make a small slingshot here from my 97 level, so might be gearing up for a bounce over time. It's still only 10:04 in the morning, so namaste. We are.
You know what I tell everybody regarding about when it comes to a lot of people are so nervous about day trading. I was talking about this up in Canada. I had some people I was talking to privately, and you know, a lot of people still skeptical about how to day trade. And I said, listen, if it wasn't for my day trades, there would be positions right now. I'd be crushed right now in swing trades. You know what I mean? So, like, really be hurting. Bad thing about day trading, it makes you very conservative. I don't know if it's a bad thing, but a good thing. But it helps you swing trades because you break that rule that we teach in our swing trading course. Can't trust anything. There's a couple of stocks that are moving, but they're just not enough volume.
I think the UVXY is going to begin to top off soon. Yeah, that iceberg at 1555, that could still be a resistance.
Is there any big orders out there? I don't have it on my watch list. I mean, my level 4. I spelled it wrong. UVXY. Oh yeah, the guy, did he pull his order? He got executed at that 1550.
1550 got hit, 55 got pulled, and that's what I was mentioning earlier.
Okay, I just put it up on my level 4. I see it now. That's a big ass iceberg order. That's a nice little screenshot too. Love to show that at 12 o'clock, Josh. You know, because a lot of people coming in today and want to know what we traded. I know we have a lot of great people listening right now on Facebook and YouTube and stuff. Probably want to see what that looks like.
All right, Mara's getting a nice, really good push up right now, so I'm laser focused on that. We will talk shop Fausto later on.
Big support level at that 880.
Yeah, we were looking at 870 originally, so yeah, I remember you were even saying that from earlier in the week, and that iceberg didn't exactly get there, but we'll take it at least. If we can get a good bounce here from like 9 right now, if it pulls back and holds support.
I'll tell you that the UVXY is channeling. That buyer's not out there anymore. I mean, that seller could break it. Yeah, didn't I say 880 was a big support level on Mara?
You said 870. We were talking all this week about it.
Was it 870? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
It really kind of meant like 870-ish. There's always that like.
You don't need to be perfect. It's all right. We'll pull back. We'll get a nice entry over time on it. You know?
It's not like saying 12 or 10-ish.
No. Just we'll get a nice bounce over time. It might even pull back to 870 here today. We'll see.
That's a big number right there. It does not want to get past that one. See a lot of orders out there.
Pull back down to 9. I feel like that could be a nice bounce incoming, but we'll see how strong the whole market is here at this point. Current time 10:08. AMD did or AMC. My dyslexia. AMD did bounce up a little bit there.
I did say this morning in pre-market, it's going to be a little bit, looks like a difficult one. Market's not doing crap. Just looking at the Dow right now with the average range of what it did all day today. Tanked, kind of like hovering right here within like 30, 40 points.
I'm just watching Mara crawl right now, hoping it pulls back just a little bit from me here.
Good thing about Yamara, there's nobody out there on the offer.
We'll see if we can get a good move here soon. If not down to 9 right away, then it might just pop here. UVXY dropped off after it hit that 1550. Apple making a nice little slingshot here. Didn't have as much interest in trading that. Just had it on my screen still and just noticed it was at the highs right now.
That is a nice little slingshot. It's gonna make an HOD actually. I think it just bounced about what, about $1.50 almost? $1.25. That came out of nowhere. Well, actually, pre-market around 8 o'clock was big resistance levels around that 174.75. Amazon's got a lot of support here at 130. Yeah, some of the tech stocks are moving. Intel bounced, Amazon bounced. Cisco got crushed.
Weight Watchers, I just noticed that down over 10% right now. Not a surprise there, really, if it wasn't going to continue from that huge level we had at like 12.10 it was, right? I think got smacked.
What did I say the other day? I don't know why. I didn't even, like, does anybody even still go to Weight Watch? I don't see them advertised anymore. I haven't seen them around.
Yeah, good point. I don't really see too much of them. Getting a nice drop on a firm right now, AFRM. That's just tanking here.
Mara's holding it pretty strong at that $9 price. I had to take some stocks off my level 4.
A lot of volume filled at 906 on Mara. I'm realizing from pre-market, it's having a tough time at that price here and getting higher from that area.
You know what's great? NVIDIA had that huge order out there at that 420. Didn't want to break it. It just came crashing down. It just made, and started making a lower high, and then made a lower low, lower low, lower low, which affects other stocks too.
On the Affirm trade, AFRM, there really isn't much out there until like, 2025. It's like $1 away, really. There's really nothing out there at all.
Yeah, today's a tough day. A couple of good examples of the ETFs, but as in brand names, really no sense of direction. Yeah, Weight Watchers number 6 on the big losers list.
Mara at the 906 level, I think could be a nice little breakout here. I mean, well, if it could pop above the price, I think we can get some good action above it. Can't control the weather, so if it just holds resistance perfectly without the pop over it, then.
By the way, just remind everybody on YouTube and Facebook and everyone else, just make sure you take your phone, and on the top left-hand corner, you'll see a QR code right there. Just make sure you scan it. Make sure you like us and friend us.
Still having a tough time at 906. Just moved right up to it. Pulled right back down.
So just give you guys a heads up. Make sure you click on that link, register. We're going to do a training class at 12 o'clock. So you guys
see what else we can get out there right now.
Bill just came in and just kind of told me about Uber. I missed your chat, Bill. But yeah, that thing's taking a big hit. And that's an old stock since May. Had a really nice run up. By the way, did you hear what happened with like Uber Eats and stuff like that, Josh? I mean, I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with it.
No, what happened?
They said that here in New York, they had all those migrants that came in here because they can't give them jobs or anything like that. So apparently, first of all, I don't know what's going to happen with all of them here, and plus they said they had like thousands of them that showed up again. They're probably all going to come to New York, but they got to make money, so they're doing deliveries on Uber Eats and stuff like that. They're like, so I don't know if Uber's going to get in trouble or something like that, but apparently they're like buying someone else's ID, renting it like their Social Security or whatever, and they're just doing all Uber Eats. So I don't know if that has something to do about that crash that you see right there, a big adjustment. Once again, what Bill, what you said, like policy, like first political, whatever it is, things like that will affect the stocks. So I know that Daniel Gomez in Facebook was kind of like pointing that out a little bit. I think that was one of your questions. But those things definitely do affect. So with this whole thing that's happened with all these migrants and illegals coming in, you could see how they trade for some of these companies. You could trade them, and if you get affected by it, they could be good shorts or longs.
Mara's pushing over my 906 price right now. I'd want to see it make a stronger pop here at this point, though. Market's trying to make a small bounce back here the last, 10 or so minutes.
Yeah, that is kind of nice little bounce.
Might be a similar pattern to what we had yesterday, where the markets did bounce earlier than 10:30, but you got to give it a little. It has to gain your trust.
That was about 100 points.
So this has been pretty good so far here. A nice little reversal so far.
Are you keeping an eye on your Mara?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Eyes on Mara right now.
Yeah, I'm watching him. Like I said, there's nobody out there.
You got like 39,000 up top at 950. That's a ways away when it's at 912. So I would be very happy if we can get that before class starts. Yep, here we go. Mara's trying to make a nice little go at it.
Just got an email from Charles Schwab. Here's your exclusive early access to Thinkorswim because the merger is going in sooner than later. You'll have accounts for all of them.
A couple other stocks I'm going to take a look at here. B-Fly. It's only up 7%, but it's at the highs right now. BFLY. That Mara trade's coming back down now, Fausto.
Yeah, and I saw
that. It's not really continuing the way that we want it to so nicely. If it plays the higher low game, then I'll be happy, but sooner better than later.
Nice little short, but the volume's awfully light. Is Zip. It's on my short list, but only 500,000 shares traded. Chart looks like not good.
The AI trade made a nice bounce. Small, but it's moving back up a little bit here. Nice steady bounce with the market.
I just looking at some of my watch lists, one of my pod stocks that we traded, they all got crushed.
All of them did.
Yeah, they all didn't do too well. News came out in Disney though. Disney held out. I don't know if you heard Disney. They said they're going to invest like $100 million or something like that into the next 10 years or more than that, some crap like that, into their parks.
They up or down right now?
They've been on a little bit of an uptrend.
All right, Mara, come on, buddy. We're getting there. We're still holding and moving up.
There's no one out there.
That B-fly trade's still trying to go.
I was just going to type. I was just typing that in.
Well, I was saying it beforehand. I called it out earlier. I was saying B-fly cheap stock, but it's like, it's up only like just over 7%.
It's making you know what? Its stock got crushed. You know, it was at what, beginning of September? It was right around almost close to 2. It's down almost close to $1. It's been making a little bit of doing a little cheap stock, you know, level 1. Level 4 looks horrible, but
I didn't look at the level 4 even on it.
you can't even read it. Swing is trying to make a new high. Almost. Came right down to 360. That thing is volatile for $3 and 60-70 cent stock.
I'm going to look to get out on Mara if it keeps popping up right around like 928, 929. That was a big level from yesterday. Hopefully it even gets there. It's still like just grinding away. It's like chewing on tinfoil.
Lows are what, 930 from yesterday. That UVXY, once the market came back, that went down, hit that huge iceberg order and just came crashing down from that 1550.
Rich calling out the EOS trade, EOSC, trying to move up a little bit higher right there, he's saying. Yeah, I got clobbered for the last, like, what, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks? It's kind of like the IO and Q, where I'm sure it's bound for an up day or a bounce at some point.
Zip went down too, by the way, made a new low. I'm just so low.
It's interesting right now. Bitcoin's making a good bounce here. The market's just pulling back a small amount here the last 5 minutes. It's going to be nice when they're both moving together in unison, because Mara will benefit pretty nicely then.
Yeah, and also Riot and Coin. You know, I have some of these stocks on my watch list that we trade in the past, you know, have like all these different watch lists. And some of these stocks that we saw that had these big rallies, they never came back.
Would love to get them. Would love to get the market to come back today and fill the gap a decent amount from overnight.
Tell you, swing trading is really dangerous right now. A lot of these could be like some really head fakes. Can't wait to talk about it next week on the on-site, you know, like how to really trade on these when we do that swing trading class.
Yeah, we'll go over just like really what you look for, what I look for. I definitely a lot more charting involved, going back on the long term.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mara is not going anywhere right now. The market's just dragging back down. So the AI trade came right back down. It made a lower high, so that's understandable. It was moving up pretty nicely beforehand, but
Yeah, it's more of a nickels and dimes. You gotta like just you gotta get a good price for it and just get out. You can't like think you're gonna push back and think like you hit the bottom. I feel like they're kind of sucking you in and they're teasing you and they're going up, and then all of a sudden they go down very little and they kind of tease you going up. I feel like they're suckering in a lot of swing traders.
the emails.
You got to get one or two here. Not as bad as the other, dude, I got to tell you something happened to me last night. It looks like it stopped. I talked to Rich. I was getting crushed with spam. Hey, did we deliver you your new Toomey bag? Hey, we delivered you a new Toomey bag. Hey, Acer is giving you you got to pick up your free toolkit.
Did you check at the front door to see what packages were there?
Oh my God, I've been going nuts. And I'm trying to and we have an account with Microsoft, and Rich is telling me you can't get them on the phone. I guess some people had the same issue. My wife said, every time you check your email, I'm getting spam too. It's like it hears you. It's driving me nuts. Alex got the same. You got the same one, Alex? Alex got the same emails from Toomey. Yeah. Did it get delivered? And I'm trying to like do everything I can and block it. You look at the email address, it's like it's ridiculous. I haven't got any of this. I got a couple two this morning, but like last night I was getting like every 15 minutes. I think I got like 50 of them.
Right now, Mara looks like a bit of a head and shoulders building right now, so it's back under that 906 price again, and typically head and shoulders leads to a drop. All right, I'll tell you what, Fausto, we're finishing up in just about a couple minutes anyway. We got class in about 5 or 8 minutes, in fact, the Phase 2 stock course. So for Alex and Mark, I look forward to seeing you both there, and a few more of our students, Chuck and Bill. There's the link one more time that Richard just posted.
Yeah, and for everybody here in the logged in on our social media pages regarding on the YouTube and Facebook. Once again, we're going to be back live at 12 o'clock. So, and if you're watching this later on a recording, you could always watch the recording of it. Just take your phone, turn your camera on, scan that QR code, and we'll be able to kind of like, we'll get you in that 12 o'clock event. We're going to do a big training course on it. All right. So just go ahead, click on now, register now, and look forward to seeing you there. So, and not only that, but make sure you subscribe to our channel because you'll get the alerts of when we'll be back live again. So just make sure you like us and friend us, and we'll see you then. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll be back. We'll see you back here at 12.